Hey Ho here. If you don't know who I am, get to know who I am. I am a filmmaker, film producer, person that has cat hair on the microphone. Please excuse me. You might see the cat running around later. But I just want to say, may the 4th be with you. No, I do not have a lisp. Maybe I do, maybe I don't. But yes, may the 4th be with you. And the Catholic filmmaker response is, and also with you. That's right. And also with you. Uh, shit. Shoot. Darn. Okay. All right, cool. Yeah, we fixed that real quick. So yeah, May the 4th. So last night I watched Star Wars Episode 1, The Phantom Menace. Guys, I want to ask you a question. What is your favorite Star Wars movie and why is it actually, sorry, I don't mean to say favorite. I mean to say best Star Wars movie of all time. Why? And why? Not only that, why is it Star Wars Episode 1, The Phantom Menace, the undoubted, undisputed best Star Wars movie of all time is Star Wars Episode 1, The Phantom Menace. Now, I want to take you back in time 25 years ago when it came back. I was in 8th grade, believe it or not, and I could not wait for this movie to come out. It was incredible. It was awesome. It was amazing. And I loved it. I don't care what people thought. People, when they saw this movie, everyone loved it. And then after, some people started hating on the movie. And then more people started hating on the movie. And then it became cool to hate Star Wars Episode 1. But I am here to say Star Wars Episode 1 is an absolute masterpiece. And I'm not kidding. I'm not being facetious. And I believe George Lucas does not get enough credit for doing what he did back in 1999. Now, he was one of the first movies to shoot digital. Now, this was only shot partial digital. Episode 2 was the first movie to actually be fully shot digital. The first movie ever in cinema history. Now, this guy was groundbreaking. He was doing groundbreaking things, pushing the limits, pushing the boundaries of film in and of itself. And last night I saw it in theaters. It held up. It was a packed cinema. It was absolutely amazing. It was stunning. It was amazing. It was stunning. And the crowd laughed. Some people cried. Maybe I just cried in my own mind. But no, it was a lot of fun. And look, you have the pod race scene. Okay. Pod race scene is so much fun. Everything about this movie is fun. And it's nonstop. It's action, action, action. Now, and then you also have Qui-Gon Jinn, Liam Neeson. People like him. I thought he did a good job. At first, I wasn't sure when I heard about him being a Jedi. I didn't know much about Qui-Gon Jinn, but Qui-Gon Jinn was Obi-Wan's mentor. Okay, and who doesn't love Obi-Wan Kenobi? And Obi-Wan Kenobi wouldn't be who he was without Qui-Gon Jinn. Now, Obi-Wan Kenobi, okay, is fantastic in this movie, and it completely was a groundbreaking character role. And also, people give little Anakin flack, but you know what? Little Anakin, Jake Lloyd from Jingle All the Way, is hilarious. He's really good, and I think he did a really good job. And what other kid could do this job? Nobody. My cat's running around for no reason. Whenever she hears me talking or on the phone, she starts running around. Anyway, or tries to get attention or whatever. But yep, there she is. so, oh, she's running back. Yep, it's like, so I had an absolute blast watching it on the big screen. And last time when I was in 8th grade, I believe I saw it back in 8th grade. I ended up seeing it about 3 or 4 times in the theater. I loved it so much. There's always I memorize the lines. There's always a bigger fish, storm's coming, Annie. I can feel it in me bones. All those stuff. Like, I love that. And then last night when Darth Maul came on, people applauded. People were cheering. They're cheering on Darth Maul because he's probably the most badass villain in cinema history. I can't think of another one. Can you think of another one? No. So I believe, in my heart of hearts, Star Wars Episode 1 is the greatest Star Wars masterpiece of all time. Now, next week is Star Wars Episode 2. I'm looking forward to seeing that one. And then, of course, Star Wars Episode 3. Now, a lot of people say out of the prequels, it's Star Wars Episode 3. But I just have so much fun with Episode 1 that I believe that's the best. Not only of the whole prequel series, the whole series in and of itself. I know, it's a statement. It's a statement. And especially, I think people are appreciating the prequels now more than ever, especially after what Disney did to the sequels. And we won't talk about 6, 7, 8. Now, or sorry, 7, 8, 9. We're not talking about the Disney Plus stuff, which I believe is hit or miss. A lot of the Disney Plus stuff is pretty good. And like, you live in this world for a bit, but it's not real Star Wars. It's not real. You don't really feel like, I don't know. It's more of a show where it just keeps going and going and going. Where each Star Wars has at least a beginning, middle, end. Even if this Star Wars Phantom Menace was setting up this whole Star Wars universe and galaxy, they did a lot in one movie. And again, George Lucas does not get enough credit, guys. Do you know how hard it is to come up with something from scratch? This guy literally had a pen or pencil and a notepad and wrote the movie out. And this is right when digital is starting to become a thing in cinema. People do not give him enough credit. They do not give him enough. They don't. They really don't. And it plays like an indie movie, even though it was a big budget blockbuster movie, because everything was his decision. He had pretty much carte blanche on the film, which could be good, which could be bad as well, because sometimes if some producers or directors have too much carte blanche, then they think things end up being too long, or they end up being, doing too much. But I believe he did a great job. There isn't a dull moment in the whole movie ever. There isn't a single dull moment in anything. Even the political talks, which some people say that that's boring. I don't think that that's boring at all. They're floating on this orb in the middle of this political chamber. Like, I enjoy every second of this film. And some people say, "Oh, well, it's nostalgia as a kid." Maybe. I loved it when I was 12 years old, and I love it right now, 25 years later. So it was a fun movie with ups and downs. Natalie Portman is incredible as Queen Amidala. That was really a breakout role for her. She was already on the up and up, but like, this really put her on the map. And yeah, again, like the duel of the fates at the very end of the lightsaber battle and the suspense and intercut between everything, guys. This is pod racing. Anyway, guys, I just want to hop on and say, may the fourth be with you. Let me know what your favorite Star Wars movie is. If it's not Star Wars Phantom Menace, that's your problem. But to me, Star Wars The Phantom Menace is the best Star Wars. Not my favorite. Not just my favorite. It is my favorite, but it's also the best Star Wars movie ever of all time. There never has been.